Former military officer and now senatorial candidate Gringo Honasan joins us again live here in the studio. Good morning po.
Good morning, Senator. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks so
Nasa amin ata si Colonel sa atin.
Yeah, it's so nice to see you po again.
Yeah, I know.
I remember the last time that you were here, parang dito mo na unang nasabi na talagang you're gearing towards running.
I think you said, was it 60-40? You said yes.
Hindi, parang
unfinished business.
Unfinished business.
Diba,
Anyway, we talked about certain issues from then, and you were still not totally decided by that time, no? But what has changed since then in terms of issues sa Philippines? Nakikita nyo na pwede nyong pagtuunan ng pansin kung mahalal po kayo?
You know, Diego, no, Angela, the more things change,
Yeah.
the more they remain the same.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Historically,
Yeah.
in terms of policy, we've been doing the same thing. This is not a critique, no?
Yeah.
We're doing the same thing over and over again, politically, economically, in terms of security, and expecting different results. I think we should change the paradigm shift, and our approach to be more forward-looking.
Exactly. But,
So, yeah,
go ahead
yeah,
po. No, I want to ask you lang po dun sa report natin earlier about the typhoon missile. Your reaction to that, yung stand ni President Bongbong Marcos na, sige, tatanggalin namin to kung magiging less aggressive kayo sa West Philippine Sea.
To me, Angela, no, Diego, these are variables we have no control over. We cannot possibly second-guess what the superpowers are thinking, saying, and doing. So what do? We prepare. Diba? When you deal with one country is 5,000 years old, the other country is 250 years old, we're only 120 years old.
Yes.
Diba? How can we deal with variables that are changing daily? So mag-ready tayo, maganda tayo. Diba? And I think we have the capacity to prepare.
And by preparing, ano pong klaseng preparation?
Okay, good you asked that question, Angela. You asked me, former senator, former rebel, former colonel, former secretary. Does the Philippines have an army to confront any external aggressor? Sabi ko, no. Because the Philippines is an army. Haven't these guys learned from the Japanese, the Spaniards, the Americans, no? Over a 300-year history, no? Where are they now? Where are we? So mag-ready tayo. But one critical ingredient, we unite. We unite, then we organize, and we mobilize. If we can mobilize for a typhoon, an earthquake, we can mobilize and unite and organize for anything.
So you're more on gearing towards po talaga independent foreign policy?
Yes, which is in the Constitution.
Yes.
Diba? No permanent friends, no permanent allies. But what we would like to see as citizens, no, is what's the plan?
Yeah.
Now, let's go to the plan. The plan that drives our national security policy is an almost 80-year-old law, Commonwealth Act No. 1, written by Major Dwight Eisenhower,
Yes,
who
that's
became
right.
president, and Major William Ord. It talks about war plan or range. Terrorism lang yun asymmetric warfare. Di ba? Ano gagawin natin? See? They ask, you think they will invade us? Say ko, no. Because they're already here. You look at the back of your mug. Made in...
Maybe.
Di ba?
Paano po yun? This administration, medyo siya, more on US. Ally tayo.
Yun, isa pa yun. No? That's an important point. Bakit tayo kinakahon sa pro-US, anti-US, pro-China? I seldom hear pro-Filipino. Di ba? These are variables we can control through serious planning. Di ba? Parang, to me, it's a little simple. But,
Pero,
yeah.
Senator, in terms of yung to at least, sabi nila, to maintain a credible defense sa West Philippine Sea, may two schools of thought. Isa, bumili tayo ng mas malalaki at mas maraming barko. Sabi ng iba, mahal yon. Why not set up a missile system from, I think they were talking about Iran or was it Pakistan, and also from the US, yung Typhoon. Ano yung school of thought mo
Diego,
dyan?
no, Angela, no? We're now treading on thin ice.
Yeah.
No? And I don't want your show to be party to it. No?
Yeah.
Hearings, diba? Discussions over media. No? We're exposing our strengths and weaknesses as a developing country to temporary friends and allies. Diba? Yung plano, keep it close to our chest.
Yeah.
Diba? But we mobilize. Diba? We unite. No? We're an archipelago.
Yes.
That's both a blessing and a curse. Diba? Any threat, whether it's COVID or something else, has to cross bodies of water.
Yeah.
No? But we're also, maybe God said, para naman hindi magselos yung ibang bansa, I'll put you in the ring of fire. You'll be number 1 in the World Risk Index with India and Indonesia. Pag may typhoon from the Pacific, kayo ang welcoming committee. Para even it out.
Ganun.
Pero let's talk about another issue, Senator, which is very pressing, no, yung food security.
Yes.
As you know, this is very close sa atin mga Pilipino kasi usually most of us just work just to survive para hindi gutom eh. So how can we address this? Kasi ang middleman daw ang issue. Can we use military trucks to take out the middleman?
Hindi naman, di ba? Ito, food security. One fundamental issue, is it a supply problem or a distribution problem? Kung supply problem, bakit nabubulok yung palay sa bodega na hawak ng middleman? Okay? It can be both. But how do we solve this? Now, unfinished business. Land use. Diba? Agriculture. You determine, it's land and water use.
Yeah.
What areas, land areas, do we want for agricultural, industrial, commercial, educational, government center, recreational centers? Para alam natin kung saan padadaanin yung kalsada, yung railroad, saan ilalagay yung port. That's serious development planning. Second dimension. We keep on talking about a whole-of-nation approach, inclusive growth. So logically, we have to go for the smallest, the farthest, and the poorest.
Yeah.
Kaya lang, ang tanong palagi, and sometimes nahihiya siguro yung local government na itanong, ilan ba boto dyan? Second, saan ba tayo kikita dyan? So we come down the middle and say, connect them, no? Towers, cables, satellite, no? Now, this is the short-term cost of a long-term benefit. Pag kinonect mo, di ba, dadami tao, may productivity, dadami ang boto. At kikita ka pag may economic
So everyone's happy.
Everybody happy. Pero kailangan may plano tayo. So land use, di ba? Ang kakambal nun, yung National Disaster Risk Reduction Management Law. Huwag na muna yung disaster. Umulan lang konti, flooded na yung underpass.
Yeah,
Di ba? Traffic. 2 to 3 hours from Cubao to Makati.
That's right, oo.
Di ba? The loss of productive man-hours. Every 30 years, our population doubles. So it means if we look back, we should have planned, di ba? Double. 1986, 55 million lang tayo. Ngayon, mga 120 million. Di dapat doble yung mass transport, food, government services.
Yeah.
Planning ahead lang naman. Planning ahead.
Ayun nga po kasi ngayon nga pinapakita nga nila yung tulad po na nabanggit nyo kanina na yung issue ng may supply ba? Meron naman kasi kanina po
may
binibenta yung
may
mga
kamatis nga
kamatis, 5
nabubulok
pesos per kilo.
Ito pa ha, let me interrupt. Sorry, di ba? We taught our neighboring countries how to plant quality rice from Iri to Los Baños.
Right.
If we cannot feed our own people without smuggling or importing, and we call ourselves independent, sovereign, they have us by some part of our anatomy. Is that fair?
So tama po ba na nagdeklara po ngayon yung Department of Agriculture ng food security emergency?
Dapat. Diba? It is something that should, di ba? Basic needs. Di ba? Number 1, food. You try asking the military and the police, di ba? To the Coast Guard, to perform its mission hungry. You think, di ba? Sila pa lang yun. What about their families? No? So food. So the real problems that transcend partisan politics are food, clothing, shelter, health, education, and now the new goal, di ba? Information. Data. Data, hindi ito yung Marites. Ha?
Yes.
Complete, accurate, and timely information that will allow individuals,
Hindi fake news.
families, government, public, and private sector to make rational, intelligent, informed, long-term decisions that will determine who lives, who dies, who goes hungry. Yeah.
Yun po nga po sa information na nababanggit nyo, may mga kumakalat din po kasi sa online na you're very proud po na you're still using digital or analog cellphone.
There are cyber security aspects. Diba? Pag smartphone ka na, madaling i-track. You smash your smartphone with a sledgehammer, any component that still can emit a signal allows any interested party
That's
to
the
track
reason.
you.
So parang Backup po, mas maganda may analog
Hindi,
kaming backup.
Kung talk and text ka lang, ba't mo kailangan ng big data? Di ba? Talk and text, di ba? Pabilisan lang. Yeah. What are we managing? Proactively, time and information. The faster you get information, the faster you're able to intervene in a more precise manner. So, national priorities na naman will kick in.
Yeah.
Di ba? Ito lang ang pera natin, contracted fiscal space because of COVID and other factors including the global situation. Ito, ano uunahin mo? Saan mo ilalagay itong pera mo? National priorities. But, again, at miyad, even the budget has been weaponized.
Yeah.
Di ba? Yung justice system. Saan ka tatakbo? That's the last bastion. Mahirap ka. Wala kang, panlagay. Di ba? Wala kang pambayad sa abogado na di kampanilya. Edi kulong ka. Not because you are guilty beyond reasonable doubt, but because you did not have a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, kabit-kabit nito.
Kabit-kabit talaga. Well, speaking of kabit-kabit, kasi sabi nila, isa pa sa mga nagiging problema talaga natin, yung pagtaas po ng krudo. And it boils down to everything, di ba? Pag mataas ang krudo, mataas ang presyo.
Mataas lahat.
Mataas lahat, di ba? Matraffic, etc.
Okay.
Labor causes. What do you think po? Ano po bang dapat
Angela,
gawin?
Why are you asking me these questions? I'm just kidding. Di ba? Okay, panahon ni President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. This is not a campaign pitch, ha? May joint marine seismic undertaking. China, Vietnam, tayo. Ano sabi doon, di ba? Okay, you do not have the technology, pahiramin namin kayo. Wala kayong pera, pahiramin din namin kayo. May langis kayo, hindi doon sa completed area. Pagkasabi sa akin, Service Contract 63, sa dulo ng Palawan. Di ba? No problem. Di ba? Why did we not pursue that? Because, di ba? This is again one cause of instability. The unpredictability of policy. Continuity. New president, new medium term something.
Iba na naman, oo.
New mayor, new governor.
Yeah,
So that's what demotivates foreign investors and even local businessmen. Predictability. Diba? Pag may kahit na sino presidente, tuloy yung magandang plano.
Pero balikan po natin yung, lagyan po natin ng context. Sabi niyo po kasi kanina, unfinished business. Ano-ano po ba yung mga batas na nagawa niyo before when you were a senator? Na pwede niyo pong ipagmalaki?
Pag malaki? Land use, clean air, clean water, solid waste management. Yung clean air, akala nila environmental issue. It's a public health issue.
Yeah.
COVID was airborne.
Yeah.
Diba? National security policy, peace policy, mini Marshall Plan for Mindanao, freedom of information, right to reply. Medyo mahaba-haba.
Mahaba-haba din,
yeah.
oo.
But if you ask me to one word, what my advocacy is, security.
Security pa rin.
Root word is seguridad. Seguridad, nakakain ka ng 3 beses ang araw. Seguridad na sigurado na may pabahay ka. Sigurado na may pagkain ka, may pang-tuition ka, may pampagamot.
Yeah.
Diba? At saka siguradong yung impormasyon na makukuha mo through media, no, social media is accurate naman. Para makapag-desisyon ang tama. And, let me add, the way forward is my 2.5 years in the ICT, digitalization. Allows us to intervene faster in a more precise manner.
Actually, you're known for all these things also. No? But what's very important then, Senator, at based sa mga questions natin sa public, is also where you stand on several issues. Ngayon, ang pinaka-pressing issue, Senator, is impeachment.
Okay.
And we've heard Senator Trillanes say the reason why maybe si Senator Escudero, Senate President Escudero is delaying it is because medyo manipis po ang support niya sa Senado. So he has to balance everything out with the other senators. Ano po yung take nyo?
Diego, Angela, politics. No, impeachment is a legal and political process. Now, that's above my salary grade. How can I second guess the majority of 300 congressmen or the majority of 23 senators, di ba? So, unfair. We are prejudging the case. But, bottom line, does it serve the highest public interest? Will it divide our country or unite it? That's the question in my mind. Political lang yun.
Yeah.
So do you think this is not an important issue or
Let me go by what the President said. The President of the Philippines, may extra light yan from God, di ba? He said, that's a waste of time and resources in the middle of elections. Can we afford a distraction like that? But that's just his opinion and mine. And I agree with him.
Okay.
Maybe the Congress has decided that No, the president cannot dictate on us. I don't know. Yeah, but the president said already.
Pero pagdating dun sa yung legality at saka yung mga proseso na pinagtatalunan ngayon pagdating yung mga forthwith na yan, yung continuation. Bilang isang senador, ano po ba ibig sabihin ng forthwith?
Well, Angela, I'm sorry, no? Hindi ko alam kung paano i-spell yung forthwith. I'm just a former soldier,
Yeah.
di ba? Former rebel, former senator, former secretary. I'm not a lawyer. Yung forthwith, yung kagad. Yun, dali-dalian ninyo.
Without delay.
Without delay. Without delay. Are we sacrificing, di ba, due process and the rule of law for expediency, political expediency? Parang hindi naman tama yun. Nanonood yung taong bayan eh. Di ba? They're our audience. Di ba? We better explain to them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the people will again develop some level of national impatience. Kung may siraulo na naman na sundalo, na charismatic, di ba? may gravitas, di ba? Na might resonate. That will be the danger. Because the country will be divided, will be polarized. What will happen to us naman? Blessed country, sayang.
Of course, go ahead.
No, I'd like to ask lang ma'am, siguro po kamusta po yung campaign po ninyo?
Siyempre, dinadaan ko lang sa sipag.
Oo nga po eh. Kasi sorry to tell, to be the one to tell you this na wala po kayo doon sa top 12 sa survey. How does it feel na dati po kayong senador tapos gano'n na nangyayari ngayon?
Well, after several uprisings, my participation in several uprisings, no, this is okay lang. Para for the course ito. I'm not worried. By the way, I was telling our campaign organization, all volunteers, no, that my campaign is a case study in national impatience. Di ba? Di ba, ang singilan dito, that includes me, is not during elections, between elections. Di ba?
Yeah.
I'm not driven by the political calendar and my record. But let me say this, no? Whatever the survey say, no? If I believe in something, I'll die for it. Okay? Now, you match my record against the other candidates. Then let's see. Which record? Kakayahan at karanasan. The capacity to take seriously public service. Yeah? I'll match my record against anybody, any politician, any candidate, past, present, and future.
Yun.
And when we were speaking to si former Senator Trillanes, he said, kasi we were talking about yung mission in life or politics, sabi niya medyo kakalma na daw siya pag yung tatlong Duterte daw ay makulong na legally. Diba? And then medyo heal quiet. Kayo po, in terms of politics, when do you think for you it will be time na alam mong pwede na akong tumigil na dito? What do you want to see happen?
I'm wondering why you're asking these questions that continue to resonate. They ask me, former senator, former colonel, former rebel, former secretary, what do you want to do? I tell them, I want to go home. I have 5 grandchildren. But my home is my country and my family are my people. How can I go home if some are left behind? No one is saved. Hindi ako nang iiwan. Minsan ako iniiwan, hindi ng pamilya ko, no?
Yeah.
Naiinip, iba napapagod, no? I can understand that. But I cannot in conscience, aside from unfinished business, sleep well when some are left behind. Yun ang inclusive sa politics, no?
Yeah.
Hindi naman ako nag-iwan.
Another issue, Senator, is political dynasty. Ano ang
Stand nyo
stand nyo
doon?
dito?
As a matter of principle, no, I'm against dynasties. Yeah? In effect, bakit sila na lang? But let's consider it to be data-driven and science-based. The first question we should ask and answer is why? Bakit na mayagpag yung dynasty? Paano walang tumayo? Walang nagsalita? Okay, and to top it all, the dynasties in some areas delivered. Kahit na kakapiranggot, nag-deliver. Walang alternative. Okay, that's what you should consider. Now, superimpose it over a non-existent political party system. Okay. One time, I was invited to Congress as a resource person, no, for a charter change. So I focused on what I could, manage, economic provisions. When I went to Congress, I said this institution might be damaged because of the, criticisms. No? Until the young congressmen and congresswomen started asking questions. Pinagpawisan ako, Angela. Sabi ko, ang gagaling. So during the coffee break, I asked them, ba't hindi ka nagsasalita? And I don't hesitate to say this on the air, no? Alam mo ang sagot sa akin, Sir, pag nagsalita kami, papatayan kami ng gripo. How can you, diba? How can you deliver naman to your constituents? There are a lot of these people. The challenge to me is for these people to get together. There's a movement now, no? Mayors for Good Governance. I won't mention the names, no? Because it might, political advertisement. No? If these people get together, young mayors, governors, legislators, no? Something might happen fast. And I'm banking on that, no? That something will move faster, the electorate will be educated, no? And, we can look forward to serious development.
Pero would you push for anti-political dynasty law sa
Yes.
Senado?
In fact, it was certified as urgent during the time of President Ramos. Hindi lumusot.
Hindi nga eh.
You know why? Because how can you legislate naman against your interest? And that
Yes,
has
ang kalaban mo dun, yung mismo political dynasty.
Yes, but mo ipapasa yung batas that will abolish you.
Yes.
Diba? It goes against, and it cuts across the demographics, Angela, no? Diego, diba? Urban planning. Diba? The one solution is engineering, relocate. Diba? Disperse. Diba? Sino naman ang elected official na maglilipat ng pinanggagalingan ng boto niya? It's like, yeah. So, these are the things that we have to iron out. Digitalization. Panahon namin, computerization. Faster, less human intervention, no? But we keep on saying it, we're not doing it. Di ba? That should help us, plan this out well.
I wanted to ask you also, Senator, no, another issue that the public has been asking is parang natenga na ito yung FOI. Bakit hindi daw makalusot-lusot daw ang FOI through all the administrations?
Let me throw the ball back in your lap. Self-regulation, professional ethics, media, especially with multimedia, di ba? It's like cybersecurity. Diba? You cannot regulate something that happens in the air. So, electoral protest, motion for reconsideration, wala doon ang sagot, Angela, no? It's nasa atin yun. Threshold issues. So, kailangan medyo, we must manifest some degree of national impatience. Ang hirap naman ito, di ba? 86. A few days ago, we celebrated.
Yes, that's right.
Di ba?
39th, yeah.
What did we do first? Revolutionary government. Di ba? Freedom Constitution. What did we do first? We conducted elections. The same elections. Di ba? Automated or manual. Then, we expected a different result. Now, are we expecting that after May, we wake up and everything will be okay? No. It has to be a collective effort to repair damaged systems and institutions. But 120 years old lang tayo.
Siguro yun na lang po yung to be very specific lang po. Let's say for example, nanalo po kayo. Ano po yung unang-unang bill that you're going to file po? Na talagang
Siguro digitize.
digitize.
Para lahat ng...
Paano ba yun? Ano pong, can you tell us more about it?
Well, we must digitize all the bureaucracies. Di ba? But it starts from a simple management of baseline data. Example. The World Health Organization is telling us that 100 Filipino, ito strategic problem din to, no? The WHO is telling us that 100 Filipino children die every day from malnutrition or malnutrition-related causes. Okay?
Yes.
Between the ages of 0 to 6.
Yes.
When you ask the concerned agencies, they give you numbers. My question, which I throw back at them, is, nasaan itong mga batang ito? Bakit sila namamatay? Yung demographics.
Yes.
Para ang intervention is, that's the methodology. Yung content, nakapila na yung mga batas na kala ko.
Para all decisions are data-driven and specific.
Yes.
And technology is moving not by the hour, not by the day, it's by the second. As we're talking, whether we like it or not,
Oo.
the world will change.
Oh, pero last na po, no, Sen, kasi ang isang mga nagiging problema nila dyan sa digitization na dito sa gobyerno, ang problema nila, hindi inclusive because other areas, sabi nila, wala ngang kuryente, let alone internet. Hindi nga sila marunong gumamit ng cellphone.
Kuryente, downstream pa yan.
Oo.
You name me, Angela, Diego, an iskinita, huwag na yung barangay, na hindi magkakakilala. Okay? Alam mo kung sino yung lasenggo, di ba? Sino yung hindi nag-aaral yung mga bata, sino yung nambubugbog na misis. Nandun yung database. It's the repository for that data that will allow us, that will drive policy. Kung yun hindi natin alam, how can we plan even for digitalization? That's, di ba? That's what. Yeah, quite.
Okay, siguro.
Yeah,
Oo,
we
meron
got a lot as usual as always. My pleasure.
Last point really is we're doing this not for ourselves, especially for our generation.
Yes.
For our most precious, strategic, and renewable resource, our children. Diba? So ang sinasabi ko, okay lang magdebate, passionate,
Yes.
huwag lang magsuntukan, magbarilan, no? So one flag. Of course, we're Bicolanos, Ilocanos, no? One flag, one nation, one people, no? Together. Dreaming hard, praying hard, and working hard.
Ayun.
Well,
On that note,
on
di
that
ba?
note.
Actually, may nakalimutan pala ako. Since you
yes,
said, you mentioned children, di ba? Ngayon po
Yes.
pinag-uusapan kasi yung sexual education. Tama po bang isa batas yun? Yung pinag-uusapan nila doon, what's your stance on that?
You cannot give what you don't have. I'm talking about public information. Let me go down to basics. You cannot give, Angelo, no, Diego, what you cannot give, you cannot share what you not have. If my own family and my closest friends will not vote for me, how can I stand? How can I be in your show and ask people to consider me, no? So, yun, sex education. So, yan. I'm glad you asked that question. Trigger something, no? Our children are our future. Inclusive pati yung sex education, di ba? So, no, I disagree. Our children are their own future. Pag nasa future na sila, baka wala na ako. What can I do now? Our generation, show them. By example, how to be brave. How to love your country. I'm not claiming perfection, ha? Yeah, I'm saying how to be brave. How to be dependable para maasahan ka ng bansa mo. That includes sex education. I mean, just like divorce. Di ba? I mean, these are things that, that touch raw nerves in certain sectors. No? Sex education, well, you show them.
Should it begin sa house or dapat sa curriculum?
With media, di ba? Multimedia, social media, dapat may connect, no? What happens in the house must be the same as what happens in the classrooms,
Yes.
what happens in the streets. Drugs. Related dito, in a way, Angela, no? I've participated and listened to debates on drug abuse management, no? Alam mo, ang sagot palagi, the consensus is good parenthood. Dapat alam ng mga magulang, ng mga ate at kuya, nasan yung mga bata, yung mga anak, yung mga younger siblings, no? Sino kasama? Anong oras umalis? Anong oras uuwi? Di ba? Ano ginagawa? Simple accounting, database.
Okay.
Based
At the end of
like
the day,
data.
it's all on the data.
It's
Correct.
information for planning at personal, family, and the highest levels. No? So, harmony in the families, cooperation in the communities, order in the nation, di ba? Inclusive growth for the country and security in our shores.
Yun.
Yun,
Alright.
thank you. Thank you for that.
Tama
That's a
ng
good
usapan
discussion
natin,
and thank you very much for your time,
course,
former military officer and now senatorial candidate Gringo Honasan. Thank you, sir.
Thank you po.
Thank you so much. Nako.